Okay, let's finish this today. Did I do a battle save? No, I did not. Saved it here. Yo, what's going on, Europagen? How you doing? Alright, I remember I need to check my items. I don't need to change items for. And I need to get more mage gems, and I need to get some mega herbs. Oh yeah, today is my day off. I had yesterday and today off. Knocked out a few things. And now I am looking to finish up this game. Give her that. Are you familiar with this game at all? Ah, okay. Well, you are in luck in a manner of speaking, because we are on the verge, let me make sure I have it, on the verge of getting one of the most broken characters you'll ever see in a video game, if not the most broken. Yep, 5-5. Well, thanks for stopping by. Say hi. Hope you get a good night's sleep tonight. And have a really good weekend. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Should be good to go here. Are still committing acts of atrocity against people. We have two items, one here and one up here. And even if we hadn't fought the Crimson Guard leaders before this point, we've already taken down two of them, so they're obviously not a big deal. We have these guys following behind us, but they're pretty slow moving, so even if I don't nuke them, which I probably will, you can also activate this switch So it'll pull up the floodgate and then force them to come around here where you have somebody waiting for them to take them one-on-one. So you might be able to do that if you need somebody to level up. See what we have, archers. And then they're all on flying in the battlefield, so really nothing of concern here. ASAP. Of course you will block. Here it is, here it is. And I can't get a shot on him. That works. Might have been able to get a shot off from here. Leave these. These four will do to clean them up. might be able to heal them in full, so we'll see how much he can heal for. Not quite full. Woo! More damage than I expected. Priests. Now this priest is by himself. I'm not really concerned with him. Nice block. Yo, what's up, homie? How you doing today? Yeah. Both you guys got knocked out, so just going. These two can come back here. So can you get over here? Just so he doesn't continue to piss me off, I'm gonna go ahead and do it now. I think another group's gonna pop up here. And that's the other reason for being able to hit the switch on the sluice. Oh no, they're right there. Oh, I'm a lot quieter than the game audio. Hold on a second. How's that? Much better? Or better? Cool. Thank you for letting me know. So Dolan might get knocked out here because he's a bit overextended and more or less going to be surrounded. And there's the two Birdmen, so yeah, Dolan's probably gone here. But he's going down swinging though. Thankfully, they lined up kind of neatly for me to hit them with spread force. So I'll be able to pretty much take this group out in about a turn or two. see. I need to get rid of. Well, it doesn't really matter. I'll just soften them all up with my archers and my melee units to finish them off. He's already pretty softened, so I'll do it here. No, you can do better than that. Do that there. Yeah. And this is going to loosen that up pretty quickly. So now I can just pick them off. See how far can you get up here? Cool. I'll start working from the outside. And I'll come do rolling fire just so I can still kill this dude, but also get some damage on Kane. And then Grog should be able to knock Kane out himself. So they did knock out one of my guys, but I knocked out all of theirs. So, I mean, I guess he did something. And then all that's left is this. The archers are going to be the main annoyance. The warlocks have some spells I can serve, but nothing too crazy that I can't heal through. These guys are going to go down to magic, so it's pretty easy from here on. I was just a bit over aggressive at the start. Let me be right back. just checking my laundry really quickly. I only have 2 melee units left. Which isn't a fantastic thing, because obviously you don't want to just be hemorrhaging units. But if you have to lose any units, you usually would prefer it to be melee in this game, just because range units are just so much better. And especially mages. So these should pull before these guys. I don't know if they're gonna pull when these guys do though. Regardless, it is 9 on 9. Fucking you. These mob move. They're pretty much the same places. Should be. I might still be in range of him. Yeah, I am, but I can only hit about 2 people. And he has to put himself into range to get attacked to do so. So we'll see what they do. And my archers should be able to clean them up. Well, I'm definitely gonna have to use a turn to blast him as opposed to heal, because I don't want him casting a whole bunch of magic. Excuse me. And my two mages are just about out of magic, so I'll send one of them to go pick up the item in the other corner. This fight should be over in about 3 or 4 more turns. The biggest concern is really the mage. The mage, more than anybody else, is the one that can do a lot of damage. Just in range. We moved up just a bit too far. And now I'm not worried about anything else here. can head up here to go towards the item. You can go over here to heal you and grog up. At this point, it's just running them down. And as long as we're getting damage on Sabina, she's gonna pull back and heal sometimes too. Which means we also can get some extra experience doing that. If they would stop getting blocked. Oh, we can already get the item. And just enough for... I wonder if this will work on her. I doubt it, since it's a status spell. Status spells typically don't work on bosses. Yeah. I don't think anybody else is missing any. Yeah, she's pretty much softened up enough now for Ash to get her with a regular hit. I'll do a round of healing for the XP, I'll chop a spell out of her for the XP, then we'll finish this fight. Oh yeah, that is basically it for her. Kane cannot help you now. We got a brand new bow that's gonna go to Diego because he's the one that rarely gets blocked. So we're gonna get to about 30,000 almost. 40. And then lost about 4 off of the 3 guys they got. And there's the name of the game. And his face just like melts. And if you're watching, I want you to remember everything she just said. So we also can't go back to the village and stock up on anything, but I don't think we used any items. I really need to catch these two up. These two are not too far behind. Yeah, Clint. So I need to focus on Clint, Dolan, and Eamon to really get them a couple levels in the next few battles. Not that it matters much long term, but so no secrets in this one, just a couple of chests to pick up. One there. Alright, so we need to keep Lena alive so she can get to the next thing. I don't think, yeah. The trick to this is you cannot control her movement. She'll move on her own. So, in some ways, if you don't block her in, she's gonna move too far forward and get herself killed. So you can't. You can hang back some, but you cannot hang back too much. You still want to make sure you're keeping, again, even though Ash is a capable frontliner, you don't want to overexpose him without making moves and support. Which in this battle mostly means getting rid of the Guardians. The armor units. Oh, I forgot to equip the bow on Diego. And I'm going to see if I can get Clint's, Dolan, and Eamon the kills here to get them, hope get them caught up. He should do enough damage to weaken but not quite kill it. If he could hit. I think if I can get everybody around 26, 27 by the end of this battle, I'll be set. Alright, good. They do not activate immediately upon emerging. Same thing, soften them up. And then let's Clint's Eamon and Dolan get the kills wherever possible. See, Grog could use a level as well. I'll put aim in here just to keep her from getting attacked on the backside. So the lowest level I should have now is 24. Alright, yeah, let me see if I can get to 25, 26. I think everybody's fine on health. Yeah, you're fine. These will have to be archers. So Kira and Darius will take care of those. And that should get them both up to about 26. I think after this there is one more section. And I'll just get him over here to get to this chest before she activates the next switch. And I'll pull her back so I can heal. And then we'll end the turn while I put my laundry into the dryer. Be back in a second. Alright. Closer in the dryer. Another axe. So they're probably fans of Golden Axe, because that's the second one in the game. I'm pretty sure this in here are the pathways that open up. And low-key, kind of forgot I needed blocker. So I gotta rush over. Just make sure she doesn't get herself killed. So I should be able to just have him stay here. These two can't move up far enough to get a shot on him. So he should block her by doing that. Oh yeah, we're fine. Oh, she actually didn't move. Thought she was one of those NPCs that likes to kamikaze. Salamander is such a dumb good spell, and it seems like it's the best spell you get access to, and it is for a while. I would honestly rather you move out the way and let him get the kill. Who all needs to be healed is Eamon and Grog and Diego. Yeah, then I'll have Eamon get a kill, that should get him at 25. Get Clint in there, he can get a kill, that should put him to 25. Let me see. She's almost 26. He's 25, yeah. So really Ash and Eamon and Clint can all get kills here. And as long as he gets the kill, he'll be fine. Alright, he's good. Nice. I actually needed to block it as opposed to the kill. is 26, so he can come get the chest. Another worm fang. Where's Clint? Now he's 25. And now he is fine. And open him up for Ash to come get a hit. And Ash will survive a second hit. So I don't have to worry about him not getting healed, but I'm going to do it anyways. Just for the experience. Some archers can use the experience too, so. So Clint should be the lowest at 24. No, Clint's 25. Just barely. So we're pretty solid now. Everybody's back up. The people that were falling behind are back in decent range. And I'm going to move up just in case it's one of those. But I'm pretty sure it's just we have to get her to the temple entrance. So I don't want to like clog the way too much. And again, just cast the magic for the shit of it, for no actual experience. And this should be maybe I'll end the battle on the next turn. Actually, is this it? And she really, she could have taken that one, but she went to this one. Really? I think that is a thing though, too. Like she goes for that specific spot. So if you're in that spot, you can wonder why the battle isn't over, and it's because she wants that particular spot. So we are one battle away from something stupid. So Zeno's still been stalking us the whole time. And he's figured out how to do space-time holes by himself. And a typo I never noticed. You are last chance is gone. See you at the apocalypse. Shit! I never... Did they cuss in this game? I literally never noticed that. We slid that through sensors. So the big reveal. And there you go. So that's what Eleni was alluding to earlier, is that you'll know who you are because I know who I am. So besides everything else going on, the political intrigue, assassinations, all that, we also have a time loop thrown in there for good measure. And time skips. Don't forget the time skip. And now Ash has the Vandal heart, the sword and the namesake of the game. And we're going into the last chapter of the game.
Having acquired the great sword, Vandal heart, the only power which can resist the flames of judgment. Ash and his friends set off for the city of Shumeria to take their part in the Liberation Army's final assault. At the same time, Dolph, who had been secretly hiding his true ambition for years, saw the chaos after the death of Emperor Hell as his great chance to grasp the reins of power.
And we're dumped right into the city, which is good. Okay, so first, let us get Diego that bow. Who has it? Is it in the cart? Oh, see, and there's our new sword, the Vandal Heart. So I need to dump item off Ash. Off Grog. I need to get the key, and I need to get a weapon for Diego. Oh, I guess it was aiming. Alright, rune bow. And so, right off the top, well, first let's see if there's anything to buy. I don't think there is. Oh no, there is. And we're definitely going to need it to get through this next battle. It's going to eat up a lot of our spare cash. I don't think we'll go under 100,000 though. Oh, she still had that. No wonder she's doing so little damage. I think I'll hold on to this for now because I like unique items. Yep. Hey, I hadn't upgraded her stuff in a while. Kevlar is mighty nice. And there's a reason I'm not upgrading Ash's stuff. As a matter of fact, I'll skip upgrading Grog as well. Yep, right at about 100,000 left. That is a fantastic item. So we're gonna go to the tavern. And everybody's saying that the Empire is about to fall. And their last bastion of strength is the Crimson Guard. And everybody's trying to get on the side of the revolution last minute. That is a very interesting quote. They say that a country always gets the leaders it deserves, don't they? All this Loki stuff, like, all this stuff is why I do like this game. For its look, it is very heady. So this guy will ask you if you are the hero eternal and say that he's mistaken if you don't have the prisms. So even if you have 4 keys, or sorry, 4 prisms and 1 key, you haven't done the last battle yet, he won't acknowledge you as the hero eternal. But once you do have all 5 prisms, he gives you the key. But yeah, otherwise he just says that he's mistaken. So, let's see. So it's kind of, I guess, a sucky thing for him is if you don't have the prisms, the implication is that he just wanders, I guess, for however much time it takes. Another millennium, whatever. Alright, so there's also a reason why I did the battle with the 4 leaders of the Crimson Guard. And that is because of this battle. I mean, this is as straightforward as it gets. Get to this chest before you kill the last of the evil statues. Unfortunately, if you notice, this is basically every boss that you fight to this point in the game, or have the potential to fight. So it's not necessarily the easiest battle, especially because they threw in a couple of dark mages for good measure. Thankfully, for the most part, the spells they have are self-healing. The curse do have a Dagger Storm, and then you have the Dark Mages to deal with, and then these are kind of a joke at the end. But you really want to make sure that in this battle you are softening up your targets. I don't think he can hit from here. No, it's a little too far. And obviously it's a little hard with only a 2-page battle. But definitely try to minimize having anybody away from the pack. Because you don't want to leave people exposed to getting hit several times. Because they will key in on that. Nice block. Needed that. I'm surprised I couldn't get hit from there by the archers. Their range must be really short. All that said, even though it's a battle of the bosses, it's really not that difficult of a fight. We are back. Gotta get my next load in. Alright, next load is in. Let's see. clearly this first group is pretty easy to get through. And we're still in good position. They're not really overextended because they can't get surrounded. And these archers aren't going to do enough to worry about, even if they key in on one. Which they're not even going to hit somebody that the armor guys can attack, so even better. In fact, they're just going to pull back and heal. And not for much. I'll probably come up and do a spread force. Make sure our dudes are good and move up into the next group. So the arena in which you fight in this is actually really useful. Can I get close enough for a spread force? I think I can. Yeah, I'll do a spread force. I did on this side though, since he has more life. Might be able to run with fire from here. Get to hit them all, that works. And then just a little cleanup. And I think nobody else needs to be healed besides Adrian. can't really avoid hitting a lot of people. And now we can rush into the next group. Clear the first group out pretty easy. Now those dark mages are starting to move up already. So we'll kind of take position towards the top. And use our snipers to soften them up as they come. Alright, I'll be back in a second. Put some shoes on. Ugh. So nice hit. Almost. Almost. And this is where I wish I had an archer and aiming still, but without him, or somebody, as a flyer, you can't even get this item. So you can't even get this far into the game. As far as like the items go. I'm surprised they're getting like so close. I didn't realize their range was that short. Let's see if I can open one of them up and get my mage in there to do a salamander or a spread force. Actually, I might even, yeah, I don't even need to do that. So this group should go pretty quickly as well. Get my other mage in the mix. Actually, I can just go with face. Well, I can do Roman fire. I got rid of him. And honestly, I would rather clear a path a bit, so those, I never really noticed their faces. Like, let me get some of these. Is there another Kurtz? There is another Kurtz. Fortunately, I did not check to see. Well, I can come back on another save and see what the other two faces look like. I never really looked at those. The main thing is I want to get my archers up to try to get rid of these guys. because they're the most dangerous right now. Thank you for getting rid of those. Soften him up. Rolling fire might be enough to kill the other one. Yeah, it will be. And only Clinton and Grog need to be healed. So 6 turns and we're already almost through this battle. And everybody's healed up, so I can pretty much go max range or close to it as I like tighten up my lines. Hey, what's going on, Icer? How you doing? Are you doing okay? Hopefully you'll end up doing better. Right now I am working on getting one of the most ridiculous characters in the game. Or in actually any video game. Come to that. And I'm just about done with doing that as we speak. So it is technically an upgrade for this guy right here. And we just have to finish cleaning these 8 enemies up and get this chest before we do. And that'll be it. And you'll see just how stupidly broken this character is. I mean, as it is, he's already pretty easily the best character on your team. He has good defense and high damage. He can heal himself. He has magic to deal with enemies that you don't want counterattacking him. So he's pretty close to broken right now. But after you do this, it's just, even as good as he is, the difference is night and day. Alright, you are totally good. I still got another maybe 5 minutes before this fight is over. I'm just trying to get these guys to start moving down and shit on this turn. Oh no, they're gonna wait. Oh, there they go. Of course, it's the mages. Now, I didn't know this game is also a favorite of Pete's. And just the one mage? Okay, well, he's about to get murked. I can't shoot up that far. This is probably the only time you don't necessarily want to pack in tight just because the mages, but pardon me, you don't really have a choice because you would spread yourself too thin trying to go in a checkerboard pattern as much as it is allowable in this kind of positioning. Yeah, I'll lean back. I don't want to stick anybody out too much where they get targeted. And I think I can use a salamander from here, but it's not really worth it yet. We'll be on the next turn though. I don't mind her making that shot because it takes the pressure off our front line guys. And then a Dark Hurricane probably. Oh no, he's going for a single target. I don't think that'll kill though. Thank you. Alright, I have a hereditarily loud sneezes. So I'll try to minimize it when possible. So who needs it? These. But it is the good thing about Hawkwind is I can fly right through this line of dudes. So I'm not necessarily pigeonholed into this. can I get to that mage is the question. I cannot. Really, I just need to open one of these up so my mage can get through. And there we go. That's close enough to use Salamander. It is. Alright, Eister, so let me ask you a question then. Are you familiar with tactics games? You know what? I'll actually have her attack from here. Nope. Alright, so, alright, but like RPGs in general, how familiar are you with those? Clueless? What kind of games do you like? Or do you play games? I actually never really asked you that. And yeah, everybody's fine. Gotcha. Yeah, so this is a tactical RPG. So normally the layouts aren't quite so boxy. I think you saw one of the first ones I played. Or one of the first maps I played in this game. Yeah, I think you followed when I was in like chapter 1 or 2. I really don't need to move anybody else, honestly, because I just need to get to that chest. I like the draw distance in this too. It's actually pretty far. I wouldn't necessarily say they're my favorite. I do like them. Because even though the battles are way longer, obviously, they provide challenging, interesting ways of seeing like how you can manipulate things. Alright, so we got the last prism. And now that means basically the game is over at this point. make a save state just in case. Oh, I should have did that before, honestly. Let's see, this level. When did I don't think I started to do it until chapter 2. I'll just do it here just to be safe. Alright, so well, you obviously saw what Ash looked at before, and this is his spell list. So like I said, if you compare him to other guys similar to him, he looks pretty good. Like decent all around stats. So let us do this. Ah. Actually, is this guy still here? He is still here. So we're gonna go to the dojo. I don't think I have to have them with me. And thank you, Icer. So normally, you cannot advance anymore. But since we have the 6 prisms, we can advance to the Vandal class. Which is the hidden class in this game. And there's a reason why you cannot access it until the last chapter of the game. So his gear got sent to storage. Now, if you notice, his stats were pretty comparable to these numbers. They've essentially doubled across the board. And that is what it says his spell list is. So let's go into a battle and see what it actually is. And demonstrate just why this class is so broken. And obviously this dude's been wanting to fight us since the beginning of the game. And there goes the smug face. And he's unwilling to listen. So, we're gonna have to make really quick work of him. And by really quick, I mean stupidly so. So, their spells are pretty standard. Extra healing. We're gonna need to kick these balls into this here to get past this wall. Now, Kane doesn't have that spell yet. Oh, I'll need to make sure we don't beat him too fast, and I'm going to search right there. And that's the only hidden thing. So, this is why this class is so broken. Remember that spell list? It only had these 5 spells? Well, Ash has access to all the mage spells in your party. And he has access to spells. These are monk spells that I don't even have a monk in my party. He also has access to every enemy spell. And not only that, every item in the game he can use as a spell. So, let's do this. Plasma Wave. I can hit every enemy on the map. And obviously outright kill some of them. Costs 15 MP, so I can only cast it once. It's a long ass animation. I just got 4 levels out of that. So my MP is also growing. Yeah. Like it is stupid how powerful you get to become. So up till this point, this was the best spell we had. Not even close. He's also extraordinarily hard to hit from any direction. Normally, you get a little more leeway from the sides and especially from behind. He's like a juggernaut from chapter 3 in that if you don't hit him from behind, chances are that the attack's not going to go through. And I haven't even shown you the most broken part of this yet, Icer. You've just seen that you can hit everybody on the map, which obviously is a problem in and of itself. For your opponents, anyways. They got rid of the archers because they annoy me. Can I pop this? I can't. I just didn't feel like getting hit by any magic right now. But while I'm at it, I might as well get rid of this priest too. And this is why ranged units are just honestly so much better than melee units in this game. Like, there's a place for melee, obviously, but range and magic users are stupidly useful. And honestly, I don't even have to do this. I really don't even have to do anything for the remainder of the game. They're probably going to do some healing, but turn 1, I've hit every enemy. Hated me since OTS. I'll feast on your still beating heart. Good luck with that. will say, like I said, Plasma Wave is a spell your enemies get access to in the next couple of battles, so it is stupidly powerful for a spell. So here's the real problem, and I didn't notice it in the very first battle I did with Ash as a Vandalier. Remember I said he can use all of the items as spells? They also cost 0 MP. So, for instance, I can use this. And I can heal myself to full and restore all of my magic at the cost of no magic, nothing at all. And that means I can do Plasma Wave literally an infinite number of times in the battle. So like this battle's already over. That's why I said the game is pretty much over. When you get access to this class, the game is already over. Like, you can nuke the enemy from the other side of the screen, and you can stand in place and heal yourself to full. Like, there's nothing you need to do past that point. Even moving right now is futile. And it does have the consequence of making pretty much every other member of your team obsolete. And that is why I say this is probably the most broken character you can ever see in a video game. Oh, sorry, every other team member obsolete. So basically redundant, useless, like ineffectual. About the only thing, there's literally one thing he cannot do yet. And that's just a matter of getting the right level for it, is cast the spell Supreme Healing, which hits every ally on the field, and that's because I'm 1 MP short. But then I think he also has access to Holy H2O. Yeah, he has Holy H2O, which is an item. It heals every ally on the field. So he basically has that spell for free too, without having to take a turn to restore his magic. So this dude is full health. One hit kills pretty much everything. So when you take into account the fact that every enemy attack that can be, every attack on either side that can be counterattack is counterattack if you're in range and if you survive the hit as far as physical hits. That also means that on the off chance any character on the enemy side gets within range of Ash to attack him, they're likely going to get killed on the counterattack. And that's regardless of if they connect or not. So, can't do anything to him from range, can't do anything to him from melee. So basically, any physical attack that occurs in this game, provided the unit getting it, excuse me, provided the unit getting attacked can counterattack, then they will. So like, if I hit an archer at close range, they're going to counterattack me because they can attack from that range. If archer hits me from a longer distance, I won't counterattack because that's not my range for a swordsman. But it only applies to physical hits. When it goes for every class. So that's useful for, that is where your archers come into high use, is that you can soften targets up and not get counterattacked. Though you have to keep in mind, those rules still apply archer to archer. So even an archer shooting another archer, they'll counterattack each other. And that priest is going around doing a lot of healing, but he's about to burn all his magic. Yeah, this dude's already almost out of magic. So this dude. But like I said, it doesn't really matter what they're doing because I can just do that again. And even though they've healed, I basically am still farming experience off them. So I will say that is one of the things that makes that's one of a game I really like. I don't know if I would say favorite games, but it's fairly close. It's because it allows you to just be stupidly overpowered and makes no bones about it. Like there's no other way to describe it than you are stupidly powered. The only thing is you have to be sure to look out for what the game is telling you as far as where to pick up the keys that lead to the orbs, or sorry, the prisms. So it's not like you can just like luck into this, so to speak, because it only tells you directly where the last key is or where to search for the last key. The rest of the time you have to like know to talk to people at certain times, know where to look for certain things, stuff like that. So, for what it's worth, it is hidden. The class is. And this is your reward for finding it. And there goes the last of his magic. I don't recall if the healing circles can heal magic as well. No, I thought I had to hit both of them into it. There's some really good experience in this fight, so just because the experience in this fight is so good, I'm going to try not to just blast every enemy with that. See if I can get everybody at least up to 28. Then I might have to go a little early to get ready for Fred's birthday. I'll kick this one just because I want to kick it. I mean, technically, even this healer, I could do that holy H2O. Yep, it restores party HP. And because I have access to the life orbs, that also means my in-party casters can cast spells to my heart's content, and I can restore their magic at any time. So not only does he makes you basically like all but invulnerable. The only way you can really lose a party member, even if you overextend, is because you didn't use Holy H2O. And even then, you really have to overextend and just leave them out there. And they have to generally get killed in one turn. Because as soon as it turns up, you can cast Holy H2O. And that's pretty much it. And he thinks he's going to get to beat me, but not so much. So this is the first time you get exposed to Plasma Wave. There's Kane casting it afterwards, and you're kind of like, what the hell is going on? Victory at all costs, Eister. Ooh, that one hurt. I almost took out Grog. Grog's probably gone. So yeah, like that, they have to do boatload of damage and focus and attack to take somebody down. And even with all that, and just like that, my party is fine. And now for good measure, I should have enough MP to cast 2 plasma waves without needing to heal my magic. And that it does, Eister. I mean, even Bobby Boucher, the water boy, said that. H2O, not Gatorade. The only thing I'm not sure of is, does this heal his magic? It does. Coming in for a straight up attack. It's a bold strategy. So yeah, that is, we're basically at the end of the game. I will have to go after this battle, which honestly I could have finished already. I actually wonder if you can kill Kane. There are probably programs for Kane to just sit on. Oh, so it not only gives him 5 magic back in turn. It's probably programmed for Kane to sit on this if you have Vandaliers and start blasting. So that way he doesn't die in a single turn, or rather in a group of turns. Not that it matters. And since I cannot hit that far, I'll just do avalanche on him. Yeah, what's going on, Substance? Yeah, it's a really good game that not a lot of people seem to have heard about. So usually I'm doing some kind of like background talk or this is my background game while I'm doing like a talk about economics or something to that effect. This is PS1. But this time I wanted to show off getting the Vandal. Which we have just acquired. One space short. So I was just showing off how dumb and overpowered Vandal is. And how unapologetic the game is about, hey, you went out of your way to do this. We're going to give you one of the strongest characters you've seen in a video game. Should be able to... one spot short. Oh, and thanks for the follow. Unfortunately, I am not as big a fan of Vandal Hearts 2 because of the simultaneous movement system. Like, that was such a dumb decision. Oh, word? That I might be interested in trying. Yeah, that's probably true. I don't know, it just makes it too much of a ring around a rosy guessing game when they did that. Let me get rid of this dude. Aiming is forever getting blocked. Which doesn't really matter since... I mean, I don't even really need to do this. But there's only... But it's also... I think the strongest spell in the game. And this is also the way you can get to look at like the monk spells if you don't have a monk. So even in that regard, monks are already useless kind of because you have to sacrifice a dedicated healer or how good the mages are to get one. Once you get access to the Vandal and get the monk spells, and it's like monks are even more pointless than your other classes in your party. Oh yeah, no. Like the idea is okay as far as the monks are concerned, but the fact that you have to give up like how good healers your healers are, or you have to give up how stupidly good your mages are, it definitely makes monks not worth it. Especially because even if you get into melee range, like your priest and your priest much more so than your two mages can still do pretty decent physical damage. So you're giving up like good healing for almost no reason. Yo, what's up, Riku? How you doing today? I don't know if you happen to see the demonstration of how broken this game is, Riku. I will say I like the monk look a little better, especially when you do the ninja upgrade. I like that on on almost every character that has access to it. But that's honestly that's about as far as it goes. Is like the visual look of it. And I would save the last hit for Ash, but he really doesn't need it. So you know what? I'm gonna let Eamon do it. And just in case he botches that up, since he always gets blocked, we're gonna heal him. Whatever, asshole. And we got a sword that Ash isn't even going to use. Because even if he wasn't a Vandalier, he still had a Vandal heart. Yeah, so if you're interested in being stupidly strong in a single game, this is a game for you. Who? I'm assuming that thing is in the carts. And we actually also have Ash's equipment that got put in here. So who can use it? Oh, it's craft for them. The plate's probably craft too. Yep. I'll give you the plate. Kevlar is way better, but so here we go, Riku. I'll hop into this battle and show you why I was saying this class is so overpowered. And then I think we're going to call it because I got to get in the shower and I got to head out for a friend's birthday. I think yeah, I'm probably good. I'll just bring over a small bottle of rum. I've been collecting a lot of faces from this. Hey, Holly. Well, hold on. Before you go, do you also want to see what I was talking about? This broken class? I'm showing it to Riku really fast. Yeah, after this. I need to let this dog out and then I need to go shower. And see if my clothes are ready. It's a lot easier to stream for 3 hours in this shear as opposed to a piece of wood. Alright, so this was the upgrade we got before the last battle. It is called the Vandalier. Normally, right about now, my stats would be roughly equivalent to these numbers. You see, as far as the HP, the attack, defense, agility, it would be about that level. Give or take a few, because I did get a bunch of levels in the last battle. Obviously, you see the health already is way above that, but also triple, double, and double the attack and defense numbers and agility numbers. But what makes this class broken, as I was demonstrating in Eister, is the fact that you have every spell in the game. And then every item in the game is usable as a no-cost spell. So without moving, I can do this. Let's go to me a minute. So, that costs 15 MP, so I can do it twice, obviously. I don't really need to move. No, I will get the chest. That does activate units whenever they get hit, which also isn't necessarily a bad thing, because then you don't have to go across the board to fight it. So the other reason is because I can use a life orb, restore all my magic, and I can just cast it ad infinitum until the battle is over. So that's why this class is so broken. And yeah, the jam is good. I had some toast yesterday or the day before. Probably gonna try it on a bagel or a waffle. You don't really need to worry about saving that battle, because that battle is stupid easy at this point. So I gotta get going, because I got to let out this dog. And then I gotta get in the shower. Well, thanks for stopping by. Hey, what's going on, Splice? Come here. Come on. So let's see who we are going to raid today. Looks like we're going to raid Mo. Here you go. So tomorrow's splice, I do plan on going more into the energy thing I was discussing as we finish this game, since the rest of it I don't really have to pay attention to. Oh, there he is right there. So I'll see you all tomorrow. I don't think I'm working at my side job. Oh, thanks for stopping by. Oh, before I forgot, here, we can use a raid now. Let me see. Here, this is your raid message. There you go. You can use that as a raid message if you have the emote. So I got those courtesy of Danny. Alright, so now we'll raid mode. Yeah, I think they just went through like yesterday morning. So there is your raid message if you're so inclined. Alright, now we'll raid mode.